just how you feel like this first season's going for you so far.
Good. I feel good. Definitely just really like taking in all the older guys that are in the group, the whole D-line. Everybody's been helping me out. Just trying to get better and better every day. So.
How do you feel like you've improved throughout the season?
Yeah, I mean, I think I've improved pretty well. Just just trying to, like I said earlier, just trying to get better and better every day. Just trying to take. If I could learn one new thing every day, I could, have a deep tool bag by, when it's really my time to go. So I'm just trying to get better. But I think I've been doing all right. So.
Obviously, you got talent, you know that. But what was there a moment this year that you were like, okay, I belong?
Yeah, I would probably say around in the middle of fall camp, I'll probably say when I really was like that, competition, going through it, everybody's, going through it. And when I started really kind of understand how, my game more, right? Like not just going out there running around trying to make plays, like really understanding where I fit and kind of my role. And I think that's kind of where when I learned I'm supposed to be here and I'm at the right place.
What's been your favorite in-game moment as an individual so far?
I'll say personally, probably my sack against Arkansas. That was kind of a cool feeling, but not for me personally. I'll probably say watching Cash get 3 sacks. That was pretty cool. Can't lie, that was pretty cool.
Is there any guy that's taken you under their wing maybe so far and maybe mentored you a little bit?
Yeah, I would say definitely Cash, Nana, Dayon, or pretty much all the guys in the end room. I mean, they're all because I'm the young guy in the group, so they all help me, give me advice, help me out, give me, tips and tricks to do, stuff like that, just so I could get better and better every day.
I'm curious, what does a guy who's actually plays the position like you do, you kind of touched on it, but what is your reaction? What are your thoughts when you see Cassius Howe having the kind of season making some of the plays he makes? Because, of course, we're going to be impressed. We don't play the position you do.
Yeah, I think, it's definitely different. Like seeing somebody like that, he's a great guy, great teammate, great leader, and seeing somebody like that excel and finally get his moment that he's been waiting for, and he's been that same player since he went to college, right? And I think I'm super happy for him, and also it's cool because now I can start to pick up on some of the things that he does really well and try and steal a few things. But I think watching him do well and all that, he's probably the best edge rusher in the nation right now, in my opinion. So I mean, it's really cool.
Has there been anything he did that you how did you do that?
Yeah, that's an everyday occurrence. It's something new every day, whether it's him pulling out some random move or him just recovering really well, something like that. But yeah, every single day I'm damn, I don't know how he did that.
Marco, what has been your biggest adjustment to Texas from California?
The heat for sure. I'd definitely say, you can't really beat California weather in my opinion. It's pretty nice every day. So I definitely say going through fall camp and kind of summer through the early fall, I got used to it after a while, but definitely the weather out here, it being hot and then raining for 45 minutes and then it being hot again. So
was there a point where it hit you that you thought, what am I doing here and how am I going to adjust to this?
No, not really. My kind of deal was just I knew already going into college, even before I made a decision to come here, wherever I go, the weather's going to be a lot worse than, California. So I was I'm just going to have to suck it up and just be all right. So.
Do you still feel like you have a future doing baseball, or is it football? What's kind of your future plans like for that?
Yeah, definitely. When football season ends, hopefully after that national championship, then I'll go play baseball. So I'm still planning on playing baseball for sure.
What kind of brought you to A&M, and kind of how'd you get connected coming from California? There haven't been a ton of California kids come to A&M here in these recent years.
Yeah, I think personally for me, it's really just the culture, the culture that Coach Elko and all the coaches bring in, and the culture behind A&M as a whole university is different than anywhere else in the country. It's something I wanted to be a part of. I feel but for this whole team, everybody's a brother, and for the whole university, everybody feels connected as well. With how tight knit kind of the traditions and all that type of stuff are.
What was Elko's message this bye week? Obviously, you guys 8-0 on blemish, but now it starts to get real for you guys. What was the message?
Yeah, I think the message was just keep our foot on the pedal, right? We can't take any days off, because that one day off, that other team, another team is getting better, and that could be the difference between a win and a loss. So I think really just keeping our foot on the pedal and keeping the main thing at the end of the day.
Did you watch much of the World Series, and are you a Dodgers fan?
I'm not a Dodgers fan, but I did watch the World Series. I do like the Dodgers though. They're just not my favorite team, but yeah, Yeah, I think it was an interesting World Series. Good for the Dodgers to go back-to-back. It's always cool to see a team go back-to-back.
Which baseball player do you monitor your game after?
Oh, I don't really. That's a great question. I'll probably say like bits of Aaron Judge, and like when I was younger, I always wanted to be like Andrew McCutchen. So that was one person I really kind of looked up to when I was a kid.
What was life like growing up in California for you?
Yeah, life was great. I mean, the weather's nice. The people are definitely different than out here, a little meaner, but they're still cool. But you know, both of my parents like gave me like, you know, they worked really hard when I was a kid. So I think really like I can't complain about anything like how I grew up. It was great growing up in California.
Okay, so you don't like the Texas weather. What do you like about it?
75 degrees.
No, I mean, what do you like about Texas if you don't like the weather?
Oh, what do I like about Texas? The people are really nice. The food's pretty good. And Texas A&M.
What have you made about just the impact the freshman class has made with guys like Morrow and Brink and McHale? So a lot of guys seeing the field early.
Yeah, I mean, I think, you know, we have one of the best freshman classes in the country. I think, like, it's all just, like, you know, we have a lot of under-the-radar type of guys that came in here. And, you know, we all just put our head down and work really hard. And I think what helps us a lot is that, like, you know, we're all supporting each other, right? Like, we're all rooting each other on, whether it's us, the older guys, whatever. We're all, like, super tight. So I think that just helps you boost your own play and boost your teammates' play when you're all just like a tight brotherhood.
What is it about your position group coaches that seem to make them so successful at developing talent?
Yeah, I think what makes, like, you know, our room successful, like, from our coaches' standpoint, is just like them understanding the type of players they have. Like, you know, not everybody rushes the same or has the same play style at our position, and that's not a bad thing at all, right? Like, you kind of want diversity in that aspect of it, and I think them just understanding what type of player like each person is, and like kind of plugging and playing them in like wherever they see fit is really what like makes us special.
Was it hard to sit out a baseball season this last spring, and kind of what went into that decision?
No, it wasn't too hard to sit out. I mean, because, you know, like mid-year, I kind of knew like I was going to play football first and then play baseball after. But yeah, I think, you know, that was the whole reason I graduated high school early, was to come here and kind of get a head start in, you know, in football, and really just, you know, like get bigger, faster, stronger, and that was kind of the way that I saw fit.
What were the biggest benefits of that extra time, that extra semester you had here, in your opinion, looking back at it? Yeah,
I would say the biggest benefits really were just getting, like I said, bigger, faster, stronger, really like adjusting to the speed and tempo of the game, because it's way faster, way more physical than high school, and really just like kind of understanding like the ins and outs of, you know, functioning through college as a whole too, like going to class and that type of stuff, and, you know, having to study and manage your time. Like, I feel like if I came in the summer, it would have been kind of hard just jumping into it and being in season and having to try to figure all that stuff out.
Do you know how much bigger and stronger you got? Were you lifting more? Did you gain some weight? How much bigger and stronger are you?
Yeah, like right now I think I gained, like I came in at like 245 and right now I'm like 260. And then I don't really know the exact numbers, but I've definitely got a lot stronger in the weight.
So you feel like in that home run derby you were hitting the ball a little bit further?
Probably, yeah. I don't know. I think I might have only swung a softball bat one time in my life before that, but yeah, I definitely felt like the ball was coming off a little faster than before.
So was there pressure on you being the baseball guy in that?
No, there wasn't. It was everybody was talking a little crap, but, you know, I'm here for it. I'm open to it, so I'm a competitor, so it was fun.
What's impressed you about Jamarian's play so far?
Yeah, I mean, he's a special dude, man. Like, that's my guy. He's a great running back, and like I've never like met anybody like him that just like doesn't go down. Like, he spins off tackles, finds the right holes to hit, all that. Like, and he's a really smart guy. Like, and not even just his football play alone, he's just a great person and a great human being. So, you know, he's gonna be, like, in my opinion, he's gonna be one of the best guys, like, you know, in the country here soon. So that's what I truly believe.
I know y'all are in kind of different parts of the field, but during fall camp or anything, did you ever have Mario slip out of a tackle that you tried to make? He's a pretty slippery guy.
Not during fall camp, not really. I mean, if I was getting to him on a pass, then that means we would have had some problems as a defense. So, but yeah, I think, you know, there might have been one or two times that he's kind of like slipped away or, you know, made a good move. Like, I did have to cover him a few times, and that didn't really end up that well. So, you know, that's it. But yeah, he's a hard dude to tackle for sure.
Marco, obviously, like a team like Missouri's coming in with the backup quarterback. Do you view that as a chance for the D-line to set the tone early in that game?
Yeah, I mean, I think personally, like that, we don't look at, the personnel any different as just like, it's us against us at the end of the day. We have to execute what we need to do. We need to, we need to stop the run, and then we need to get after it in the pass rush game. I think, obviously he's a good player. Like the quarterback, he's a good player. We watched the film. He's a talented kid. I think really just we need to just, just don't look too much into the personnel and really just look at executing our jobs and plans.
Hey Marco, Tommy Moffitt has gotten a bunch of roasts, especially after the LSU win. Do you have any unique stories of you coming into A&M with him?
I don't have anything too crazy that you guys probably haven't heard. More just, like he's an intense guy. Like I love Coach Moffitt. He's great. He's always like setting the tone, setting the energy, and I think, probably the funniest thing was probably when I was here for the bowl game actually, and he was like he was talking crap to some of the other team like during the game, and I was like, man, this is definitely different than high school, and that was kind of my first little introduction to like Coach Moffitt for real.
All right, that's a wrap.
Appreciate you guys.